I mean, obviously, it's completely nuts that somebody tried to shoot Trump. But did you hear the George Stephanopoulos guy? What he said about it at all?
I didn't see what he specifically said, no. I've been kind of reading some stuff up on it, and then I just kind of found out about the VP candidate that came out today as well.
Yeah, we'll get to that after this video here, or maybe we'll read a little bit of the article. But I think the video is probably enough.
George, we have to point out, no matter who the shooter, what the shooter's motives were, no matter who the shooter is, you are going to hear conspiracy theories going forward.
No question about that. But as you point out, those statements from J.D. Vance and Vivek Ramaswamy, of course, President Trump and his supporters have contributed to this violent rhetoric as well.
Well, absolutely, George.
He's like, Trump brought it on himself, basically. That is like the rhetoric, the rhetoric that he spouts is like, yeah, well, you're gonna get attempted assassinated if you say the stuff Trump says. Is there no attempt even to pretend that we're trying to win over anybody in the middle or on the other side? It's just, he deserved to get shot at. That's great. That's gonna win people over, I'm sure.
No, that party is making all the wrong mistakes right now. I feel like at least Biden came out right away, or not right away. It took him like a lot, actually, like a few hours before he actually like had a Oval Office meeting about it. And like, I guess he kind of actually sounded decent in that. Like, he didn't sound like he was going crazy like he normally does. So you can tell that maybe he was actually like meant it, and that's good because it was messed up,
Or
man.
they
And like,
knew
I just
they
can't.
really had to pump him with the drugs.
They had to do something. I don't know, man, because he actually sounded pretty decent as far as his standards go. I thought in that spiel he had.
Yeah, it's crazy though, because it seems like I have another segment on this guy, Destiny, later, who's a lefty, and he's been like melting down over this. It seems like the left is handling it way worse than the right, which is just bizarre because it was Trump that was attempt assassinated. And then
Oh, I've
there's like picture him, yeah, and, there's like everybody can rally around him behind him. It was sick, it was badass. I'm sure he went up in the polls from that. And then the left's just losing their minds even more with their corpse
oh,
of a candidate. It actually is a clown show, legitimately full on clown show.
I was in Duluth this weekend and I was on the beach from like noon to like 6, and like I wasn't on my phone, and then all of a sudden I see that news and I'm just like, Jesus. And I didn't realize like he actually like got hit bad and someone died and stuff. Like, I didn't realize any of that until like later because I was out of the loop because I wasn't on my phone, and I just couldn't even believe what I was reading. I was like, what is going on in this country right now that you literally get shot at for just speaking your mind?
Yeah. I kind of wanted to wait to see what more comes out, but I watched Jimmy Dore video where he looked at some tweets of interviews, and there a bunch of just people who were at the rally, and they were saying like, yeah, we saw some dude with a rifle climbing ladders. It's like, what? How is that? How is it to the point where there's just regular civilians that are noticing these things, and supposedly Secret Service isn't catching this? Like, what?
Yeah, I thought that was super weird because like apparently like a bunch of like people at the rally were like trying to like call it in or whatever, and like for some reason I guess they wanted to maybe see if he was going to shoot. But you think if you saw like an unregistered sniper on the roof that you'd probably just not take the chances and probably just shoot him. You would think, right? That seems wild to me. Like, I feel like if you bring any sort of gun to an event that guns aren't allowed and you clearly see someone has one, then why wouldn't you take them out right away?
Yeah, it's just insane. But yeah, so the left is melting down, and then meanwhile, Trump's like, "Hey, I picked a VP too." Trump selects Ohio Senator J.D. Vance as his running mate. He's just back to business. Donald Trump has named
No,
U.S. Senator J.D. Vance as his running mate, further elevating the Ohio Republican who has adopted the former president's populist agenda after years of pointed criticism of Trump. And that
yeah.
part was like just the cherry on top. So fucking hilarious that Trump gets nearly assassinated. The left is losing their minds. And Trump's like, "Hey, I picked a VP, by the way, guys."
He tweeted the other, I think it was on the day after, or maybe even the day of it happened. It was either one of the 2 days, and he was like, "Yep, I'm still going to Milwaukee. I can't let this delay my campaign." He's like, he's just moving forward right away. Like, that's so crazy about it. He just is like, whatever, I guess. Like, I'm sure it still stunned him and stuff, but you know what I mean. Like, he just acting like it doesn't matter.